can I have your attention up here, please?
Yes.
So to start thinking on 11.5 today is going to help introduce what we're doing with 11.5, which is volumes of prisms and cylinders. Tell your neighbor what a prism is. So if you looked at the warm-up part, is this a prism?
Yes.
Is this a prism? Is this a prism?
No.
So yes, yes, no. This is a triangular prism. Notice the base is a triangle and it has faces. The lateral faces there are rectangles. So two triangles connected by a bunch of rectangles. Okay, that's a prism. This happens to be a rectangular prism. So really you could have a base here and an identical one on the bottom, or you could even think of this front part as the base. Now if we just say that the bottom and top are the base, then you kind of have that three-dimensional there. Versus this right here, which is not a prism because it's a half cylinder. Okay, you have a circular base. Okay. All right. So what is the volume of the cylinder formed by the stack of coins? So figure A, how many coins do we have? 16. So if we think of the volume in terms of coins, it's 16 coins. Okay, that would be our volume here. What's the volume on this one? Okay, still have 16 coins, right? Even though we tilted the coins, we slanted them, we still have 16 coins. Okay, this would be considered a right cylinder because if we think of it as intersecting the base at a right angle, this is called an oblique cylinder. Okay, an oblique cylinder is a cylinder that's been kind of tilted, kind of like the leaning tower there. Okay. They have the same height, they have the same base, it's just they look a bit different. So if I was able to attach a string there and drop it down to find the height, that height would be the same as this height right here. H would be the same. We know that the coin as our base is the same. Therefore, they're going to take up the same amount of volume. All right. Questions there? All right, let's try this here. What is the volume of this solid? Anyone remember how to find volume? A couple of us think. Sam, what do you got? So you just said 6 times 8 times 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Danica?
Since it's a triangle, you find the area of the triangle, so 6 times 8 divided by 2 is 12 times 7 is... I got 168.
Okay. So you took and multiplied. This is, you're saying find the area of the base. And then this right here is the overall height of the prism. Drew, is that what you're going to say?
No.
Okay. How about you, Alexis? No? What were your thoughts? Okay. So kind of the same without the 1/2. Okay. Yeah, you guys, the formula for volume of a prism, the volume of the prism is equal to the area of the base times your height. So big B, area of base, times H, which is the height of your prism. Okay, so yeah, this would actually be our formula. So we've got to have that 1/2 in there. So that would be 24 times 7, or 168. Okay. Wow, 2 hands immediately. Cynthia.
So I got the same answer, but I do length times width times height divided by 2.
Okay. Length times width times height divided by 2. Okay. Yeah, if you do it that way, you think of it as almost like a rectangular prism cut in half, right? Yeah, that would work. Same thing here. Volume is equal to area of the base times the height, which would be length times width times height. 10 times 4 times 12. 10 times 4 is the area of the base, and then the height is 12. Okay, so 120 times 4, or 12 times 4 is 480. Okay, so 480 cubic centimeters, because we're multiplying 3 different dimensions, so it would be inches times inches times inches. So we have cubic inches, I guess. How about area of a half cylinder? Yeah.
So what I did was the
Or volume of a half cylinder.
pi r squared
Pi r squared.
divided by 2.
What is that? Why are you using that?
Because it's a half of a circle, the base, so you need to divide it by 2 to get a half
Okay,
of a circle.
so you're taking the base and dividing it in half. Okay. All right. And when we do that, then is that it?
And then you multiply it by 15.
Multiply it by 15, which is our height. Everyone agree? Sounds like a good plan. Area of the base times the height. So same formula. Volume of a cylinder is area of the base times the height as well. It's just our base is half of it. So we're going to have to cut that all in half in this case. So it's kind of our plan of attack. Doesn't matter where you divide the two, as long as, since we're multiplying, we can think of it like that whole thing if we wanted. Radius in this problem is going to be 2, half the diameter. So we get 4 pi divided by 2 is 2 pi times 15, or 30 pi. Okay, in terms of pi, we've got 30 pi, which is about 94.2 in cubic centimeters. Good. So if you're leaving in terms of pi, we just leave it as 30 pi cubic centimeters. Around 94.2. You guys look really impressed, man. Pumped up. All right, amazing. How many of you knew that formula already? Okay. How many know it now? Yeah, knowing's half the battle. All right. Hey, very good. Any questions? All right. I want you to take a look at the other page you picked up on the way in. That is your examples. And the first couple examples, I think, are going to be pretty darn easy for you. Find the volume of the prism. Okay? Just notice your prism has changed. This is called what type of prism? And tell your neighbor what type of prism this is called. What's the shape of the base here? Moonty, what is this? Yeah, what shape is the base? Yeah, so it's a triangular prism. Okay? What shape is the base here, Shelby? Trapezoidal, or, well, technically, I guess, yeah. We got a trapezoidal. You could also call it a quadrilateral prism, but a trapezoidal prism, yeah. Now, it's not asking you to name them, but I just want you guys to get in the habit of recognizing them, okay? Dude, tense out there for PE. Okay? Let's go ahead and find the volume of each. Use your formula. Same formula. It doesn't matter what type of prism. All right. Volume? 12? Okay, what's the area of the base? Yeah, 3 times 4 divided by 2. So it's actually 6. And the height is 2. 12 cubic centimeters. Okay, anyone actually know the formula for area of a trapezoid? Yeah?
So I kind of like separated it into different shapes, sort of. So like,
Okay. I'm not going to separate it into different shapes, but it's a good strategy. I'm not going to go through it like that, but see if it works for you, okay? good. That is the area of a trapezoid. So you'll notice I start using all these different letters. Area of the trapezoid is equal to the first base plus the second base divided by 2 times little h, meaning the height of the trapezoid. Or you could say h of t. Okay, h sub t, excuse me. That's the area of the trapezoid. So once I find the area of the trapezoid, I can find the volume by taking the area of that base, the trapezoid, and multiplying it by the height of the prism. Remember, this height and this height are two different heights. This is big H. This is little h. Drew?
So when you're using both bases, it's 6 and 14?
Yeah, 6 and 14. Base 1 and base 2. Doesn't matter which one's which, though, right? All times 3. Cool? So what do we get? 30? All right. So we get 30 times 5 is 3 times 5? Yeah, 15 with a 0. Cubic centimeters. Is that what you got?
Yeah, but I don't know what HR stands for.
HR.
In the AT. Oh, wait, that's just HT.
H of t, yes, right here. Good. All right. Questions? Once again, look pumped. Okay. Example 2. Off we go. Actually, I want you guys to do example, just do A and B. You don't have to worry about the ones on the bottom there, number 1 and 2, yeah. Hey, same formula, right? It's just the only thing that changes is how to find the base, area of the base. So area of the base in this case is a circle.
Circumference instead of area. Whoops.
Pi r squared is how we find the area of the base times the height. So radius is 9. 81 times 6, or 8 times 6, 480, plus another 6. What do we get? 486?
What?
He said it's like 48 and then add a 6 and then you have to add another 0 after it.
So we get 81 pi, right? Or pi times 81 times 6. Yeah? What's 81 times 6? 486? How many of you can do that in your head? Guys, really, like, if you want to get quicker at math, that's just 80 plus 1 times 6, right? 480 plus 6. 486. Okay? That's how you quickly start doing math in your head there. 486 pi, and if we round it to the nearest tenth, what'd you get? 0.8? Cool. Thank you. It's what?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I was scared for a second.
I couldn't hear everyone. You sound like Drew.
Can you just end with the pi or pi 81 times 6?
No. Right here? No, you can't just stop there, huh? You gotta keep going. If they tell you to, excuse me, leave it in terms of pi, then just write it like that. But if they say to round it, round it. If they don't tell you, then usually they'll tell you. But if they don't tell you, then I'd put both answers. Okay. If you go to rounded value, you automatically have that in terms of pi value as well. as long as you're showing your work. Okay? Does anything change on B? No? Same thing, right? Volume equals pi r squared times h. So in this case, it's going to be pi times 4 squared times 7, or 16 times 7. 16 times 7, 10 times 7, 70, 6 times 7, 42. Grand total of 112. 112 pi, which is approximately 351.86. Thank you. Alright. Questions? Okay. Example 4. Get as far as you can on it, please. All right. How many got 5? 2, 7, 8. You guys with your hands up, all have this like 5 different answers. How many got 5? 3, 7, 8. It's amazing. Some of you just kept your hand up for all answers. Like, yeah, I just got all of them. I just wrote them all down.
I said 5 and I got so scared. I was like, no.
Volume is equal to area base times height. What don't we know?
Height.
All right, what should the height be? So that's our h. Our base, they tell us, is, or the volume, they tell us 72. The base is 6. So just 72 divided by 6, which is what I saw on a lot of papers. You just got 3, right?
Wait.
Oh.
That's not.
What'd I do wrong?
It's do 6 times.
Ian, what'd I do wrong? 6. What's 6 times 4? Oh, the base is 6 times 4. So I forgot a 4 here. Does that matter? Oh, it does matter. So that makes 24 right here. Okay.
Mr. McCoy.
That equals 3? Okay. It's 3 cubic feet, right?
No, it's just feet.
Why is it not cubic? It's a length. It's a linear measurement. Linear measurement. Straight line. It's not a volume. Okay? All right, 3 feet. Good job. All right, number 5. Tell your neighbor what you're looking for.
Just the base. Yeah, the base. Yeah, I knew that. 36 is equal.
All right, I've heard area of the base and I've heard length and width, which happens to be area of the base. Okay? So, if I find the area of the base, then you can figure out what are the possible lengths and widths.
Isn't that 3 and 2? 3 and 2 equals 6 and 6 and 6 is 6 and 1. It could be. You're right. I figured out. I've numbered it down to 2 different set of numbers: 6 and 1 or 3 and 2. Wow, you're so
Area of the base is 6, yes? Okay. Volunteer for a possible length. Yeah. 3. If the length is 3, what's the width have to be? 2. All right, so that's one option. What's another possibility for making 6? Yeah? 1.5.
6 and 1 is one of them. That's 6 right
and
there. There's no way that's it.
4. Did you actually check that? Okay, I'm just checking.
It's still
How about 6 and 1?
Wait. Wait, let's look at this logically right there. That's 6. There's no way that's 6.
not proportional. It's not proportional.
Hey, it's not.
Could be not to scale. Yeah. All right.
Not the
Questions?
scale of itself?
Take a look at the student journal on page.
338.
Is that the extra practice page? 337, I think. It starts.
No, 337 is all the. Oh yeah, it starts at the bottom of 337.
Okay, so your assignment is 337 and 338 of your student journal.
So close.
Okay?
Oh, so good. That's so fun.
Alright, so the God, the champion rotation.
Yeah, I know, right? So
Making me think they're God.
well, they are.
337, 338.